Oh, I gotta figure out a new intro because I never know how to say hello. It's weird because it's just weird. You don't want to sound cheesy, but it is kind of cheesy saying like hello, and it's kind of annoying and like the hey guys. I don't know. So I'm going to have to figure out a new way to address you and say hello when I start a video. I'm gonna work on that this weekend. Okay, guys. So today I am back with another video. If you are new here, my name is Bram. My channel talks about, or I talk about on my channel. This channel is dedicated to, sorry, this is like my 20th video of the day. I'm kind of tired. And if you can see Carol in the background there, she's tired of me doing this video and she is definitely letting me know, or these videos, and she's definitely letting me know. So my channel, all right, my channel is all about luxury fashion, shopping, beauty, travel, lifestyle, all those things. So if those are things that interest you, I would love it if you would join me. Hit subscribe, please. It is free to hit subscribe and become a member of my YouTube growing family. I would really appreciate it. And if you are new here and you're wondering why I'm looking this way when I should be looking at you, it's because I, for now, film on my phone and it is facing me and it's off. So yeah, you're looking this way, but you're supposed to be looking this way. But you want to look at yourself in the viewfinder, so it's kind of like in the screen, so it's kind of hard. Anyway, today, so we're going to be talking just about trends for last year. Like what were the most purchased bags of the year, all of those things. Every year, Fashionfile, it happened quite a few months ago, but I wasn't on YouTube a few months ago. So this is my first crack at this subject. Fashionfile comes out with a list of like, it's their, I'm looking down because I have notes, okay? It's called their resale report. And they will tell us what has been the most, purchased item, the most looked at item, the most added to cart, but not purchased item. And it's actually pretty interesting because we think certain things are trends, and the real trends and what people are really buying is different from the trends that are being sold to us via Women's Wear Daily, Harper's Bazaar, like all of these fashion publications that are telling us what's in. What people are really buying, especially in the luxury market, is a little bit different than what the trends are. I think it's actually very interesting. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I have a few of these items that were purchased quite a lot sitting over here. So as we go along, I'm going to show you. I'm also going to show you pictures and all of that stuff. Let's get into it. The Goyard, I don't think this is going to surprise any of you. The Goyard St. Louis tote was up 11% from the year before, from 2023. So this is all 2024. So yeah, so the purchases of this St. Louis tote rose 11% in this past year. I think that's not surprising. I see this bag coming and going. Do I think it's a little played out? Yeah, I like it better than the Neverfull though. I don't have a problem with the Neverfull. I think that it serves a purpose. Do I think that it's kind of played out a little bit? Yeah, I do. I've had many in my life. I personally, just in general, don't like anything too plain. I like exciting looking things. So for me, exciting looking is like the collaborations, things like that. So I have had a bunch of the limited edition Neverfulls over the years. Those are the ones that I like the best. I would still wear those. Would I wear a plain Neverfull? Probably not, but I also don't have much regular Louis Vuitton, if any, actually, anymore, just because it's not what appeals to me. I'm not surprised that this bag is like everybody's buying it because, again, I see it coming and going in real life. And a lot of these things I don't see in real life. A lot of like these luxury items that we talk about and we love and we like obsess over, I actually don't see in real life on the street or whatever, like on a day-to-day basis. But I do see Goyard totes quite a lot, many in green. It's a great bag. And if I went to an office or when I am going out with my laptop, things like that, I will carry it. It is exceptionally light. I mean, So light. There's no shape to it. I have a little purse organizer from Amazon because otherwise your stuff just kind of like pulls at the bottom. I like the new tote better. It starts with an A. I don't remember. I'll pop it here, but I'm actually interested in that one. And I like that little one, the little version of that that's a little more structured, and it actually is leather and not canvas. That, or leather on the inside. This is canvas lined. And right, I don't even know what this is. This is definitely canvas lined. The one that I like has the leather. I'm not really a Goyard girly. The one that I like has a leather lining. It is a little more expensive, but I just think that it's structured better and all of that stuff, and a little bit smaller because I really don't need big bags anymore. But I am not surprised that this is on the list of one of the most purchased and increased percentage-wise items with Fashionfile last year. Also, and this I think just had a lot to do with like quiet luxury, because Goyard is kind of quiet luxury. You know, it's like a, if you know print, and obviously as like ostentatious and out there as Louis Vuitton print or Gucci monogram, things like that. The Goyard is a little more under the radar, so it's not surprising since last year we saw obviously all of this quiet luxury. Other things that are up, like leaning towards the quiet luxury trend, is the sales for the Row, Bottega Veneta, and Loewe were all up 20%. The puzzle bag was actually up, and I actually really like the puzzle bag. It's starting to grow on me, and that's what happens to me. When I first came out years ago, I was like, I'm not a fan, and it actually has grown on me. I have a few of them like in my sights actually. That's up 58% for this year, so I'm actually not really surprised. It seems like the puzzle bag has it's a great bag. It's full leather, and in this day and age where we see these brands and their quality kind of falling off a little bit, Loewe's leather is still like superb. It is worth the price, and the puzzle bags have historically gone for a pretty decent price on the pre-loved market. It's going up now. It is slowly rising. You can't get them as cheap as you used to be able to, but you definitely used to be able to get them for much cheaper. The one that I have been looking at for a while, and I'll post a picture here, is the watermelon one. I think that one is super cute. I like Loewe is a little bit playful, and they have a year for Chinese New Year or for the Lunar New Year, right? They have like different types of designs that come out, things like that. So I do think Loewe is fun. I love their, first of all, I love the squeeze bag. They have had some really great bags, so I'm not surprised. The puzzle bag is a great bag, but I actually like the squeeze bag better. I think it's so much fun, even though it kind of looks like a ball sack, right? But it is, other people have said like a bladder, things like that. I don't think so. I think it looks like a ball sack, but I do think it's cute. Yeah, I do. I can't explain it. I do though. And I like that, and I like their charms are super cute. And every time I see like a really cute one, I'm like, oh, I should go and check that one out. Like their little like wool charms that are like animals, or there was like an asparagus one, like super cute and random. And I love stuff like that. So yeah, I'm definitely looking to add a Loewe piece at sometime soon, at some point. I can't talk anymore. I've literally done a million of these videos today. So I'm sorry, guys. Next thing. The East-West bag. Poppers. So the trends that we are seeing, you see Carol in the back? Oh, puppy head. All right. She just needs to, like, she's definitely a Velcro dog. Yeah. All right, puppy head. Let me just bring her a little closer here. Okay. So as far as the trends and the searches that were performed on the website, keywords East-West style bag were up 229%. No. East-West Chanel bag, East-West Louis Vuitton bag being like the front runners of that search, 229%. So it is safe to say that we're loving an East-West bag right now. And I do like an East-West bag. That is my favorite shape of a bag. And I do like the new, I don't know if it's new. It's new in my mind because it wasn't really on my radar, but the Alaya bag, the tackle bag, I think, and it's like very exaggerated East-West. Most of our bags, however, are like, a lot of the bags are East-West that I own, but I wouldn't necessarily think of them as being East-West, like a baguette or whatever. But East-West bags are are definitely trending. I have this bag, which is kind of an East-West. It's this Miu Miu bag, which I hung all of my charms from. And this one I got sometime in the summertime. Yeah. And decorated with all the charms. I thought that was like a really fun look that everybody was doing with their Miu Miu bags. Miu Miu has been doing amazing last year, as we know. That's my little contribution to the East-West trend. Next thing I thought was very, very interesting because I'm not on TikTok. So I didn't know that this was a thing, although it does make sense in the grand scheme of trend timelines. Apparently, corpcore is in. It's a thing. Corpcore, meaning like corporate wear, is trending on TikTok. It is like office bags. So the Fendi Sunshine tote was up 18%. I don't know what else. That's what Fashionfile said, but I do think that was interesting because we are definitely on track. Being that trends recycle every 20 years or so, we're definitely on track the next few years for a resurgence of the 2010s corporate club wear to make like a resurgence, you know? I mean, yeah, I've seen that all over Instagram too, is obviously like what we wore to the office, we wore out to the club and whatever, and that was the case. And yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of 2010s fashion, but I mean, it's inevitable that it's going to come back, and hopefully whatever we do, we recycle it in a way that looks better than the first time around. I mean, I loved it back then, but like now I look back and I'm like, I don't know. It was kind of a lot of the, I'm not a fan. I just thought corpcore was interesting because I hadn't heard that before, but it's interesting. So like briefcase-like bags are in, shopper totes are shopper totes are in. Yeah, things that you would wear to the office, people are wearing like on a day-to-day basis. So I thought that was an interesting one. The color of the year. Let's talk about the color of the year. Obviously, we know that burgundy has been trending for the year, but the color of the year in bags and the most searched was actually blue. So blue searches were up, or sales and searches were up 24.5%. Pink being the second color from that whole like Barbie world situation. I mean, I think it's great. I am a huge fan of color, and I am just happy that we are leaving the boring, sad beige in the past. I was definitely I'm okay with, I like neutrals in what I wear, and then I can wear like a fun piece or something like that. But in my bags, in my accessories, I like loud, exciting color and things like that. So I am very happy to be leaving the beige behind, and I'm also happy that we're coming away from the quiet luxury, honestly. It's so boring to me. I really tried. For a minute I loved it, but it made me sad, and it made me sad to get dressed, and then I didn't want to use my items. All the things that I purchased, like the L19, and yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm glad that it is going away, to say the least. Okay, next, the top 10 bags. The top 10 most purchased bags were number 1. Should we start with 10 or 1? Let's do it from 10. Let's build some suspense. Number 10, the Celine Ava bag. I'm posting all the pictures. I didn't even know what this was. Not a huge fan of Celine. I liked those boots with the Celine written on them, but a little too reserved for me. And I do like their logo, but something about it makes me think of Tory Burch. So yeah, not a huge fan, honestly. But the Celine Ava bag was number 10. Number 9 was the baguette, and I have 2 baguettes here. I love a baguette. These are part of my Sex and the City collection. So I have this one that Samantha bought in the back of, if any of you are Sex and the City fans, she bought fake in LA, and she wore it to the Playboy Mansion, and then she got it switched up with one of the bunnies and their real bags, and she was super embarrassed when she told them that the inside, it said made in China, and the bunny showed her the inside of hers, which was Fendi.
Someone stole my fake Fendi.
Are you sure?
I put the bag down beside me. When I got up, it was gone. Oh my God. That bunny's got my bag. All right, give me my bag.
Excuse me.
You stole my bag.
This is my bag.
Are we having a problem here?
Yes. I'm sorry to tell you this, but this bunny stole my bag.
It's my bag.
She says it's her bag.
Look on the inside. You'll see there's a label that says Made in China, and there's a bunch of condoms in there.
See? Fendi. Samantha was mortified.
It is, yeah, super beautiful, but I have two to contribute, and obviously this is the Purple Rain one that was the re-edition of the famous, infamous Carrie bag. Those are my only two baguettes of the moment. I am looking to add more fun ones, but that was number 9 on the most purchased list. Number 8, Prada re-edition 2005. My daughter actually has this bag, but I don't know where she put it, and I couldn't find it for the video. So she has it in that Prada green color, which I think is the most exciting color. I did like this in the rhinestone. I'm a little over it now. I had the re-edition, the 2000, in a pink and black stones. I sold a few years ago because I just wasn't reaching for them. If I found one on the secondhand market for a really great price, I probably would do it because that thing shined like crazy, but I was just kind of over it at that point. And you know, these trends, sometimes it just is, it's too much. And when you see it over and over again, at some point you're like, oh my God, enough. I can't even look at this thing anymore. And that's what happened to me with that. Even though it's a great bag, it just kind of like, it was too much for too long. And I just was over it. Yeah, so that's number 8. But the one that was purchased, number 8, was the re-edition 2005, which is the one, the crossbody with the little pocket hanging off of it. And I actually like that one. It's cool. It's utilitarian, which I love that utilitarian, like cargo type style of bags. Number 7. Sorry guys if you're hearing like the drinking noises. My mouth is getting dry today. Number 7 is the Jody, the Bottega Veneta Jody. I really like this bag, a little bit sick of it. I had it, I've had all these things. I'm just the worst with reselling. I'm trying to be better about it this year and moving forward. I had it in a beautiful sage color. I think it was the medium size. It was a good size or whatever. It just, I don't know, it wouldn't stay up on my shoulders. Maybe I have like sloping shoulders or something. It didn't work for me. I do like the mini. I never purchased it. I think that it is, I don't know. I just feel like you see it coming and going, and there are a million dupes on Amazon, which obviously can't stand up to the leather of Bottega, but they look the same and people can't really tell. And so it's kind of like, I don't know, if the leather and all that stuff is the important part to you in style and, you know, things feeling luxurious, then I think it's a great bag. If you're doing it just for the style, then I say save your money, buy it on Amazon, and move on with your life. If I was to find one in like a fun kind of colorway, not just color, but like maybe with like the little balls on it or like something fun about it, I might do it. But yeah, not like first on my list. The next one, which I'm actually surprised about because I thought that this was kind of over, but this was also last year. So we'll see what happens this year. But number 6 is the book tote. I have a book tote. It's actually in the trunk of my car, so can't show it to you right now. I didn't plan well for this video. I'll pop some pictures up here. We all know the book tote. It was great. I was obsessed with it when it first came out. I've had a bunch of colors. I'm left right now with just a blue one, which I like to use for like the beach or things like that. It holds a lot, but it does get very heavy and it's kind of uncomfortable. And it was great when it was great, and I'm sure it'll come back around, but I kind of thought that we were all kind of over it, also because it is like one of the most faked bags. I see more fake book totes walking down the street than I see real book totes. So it's kind of one of those things where I'm just like, I'm sort of over it because of that reason, you know. Next one, number 5, the YSL Loewe camera bag. It is what it is. It's fine. You know, it's a little boring to me. I think it is a good kick around everyday bag, I guess. I think you can do better, but that's just my opinion. I know people love YSL, and I do like YSL kind of. I just don't, I think that, okay, in the like 2016 or 17, I think it was like when the Lulu came out or whatever, I was obsessed with that bag. I was trying to hunt down that extra big one in pink for 6 months to a year. I don't even know. Obsessed. I had a smaller one in a light pink. That was cute. Yeah, I've had a denim one before. I just think that they're kind of like, you see them everywhere. They're nice, they're simple, they're great if you are starting out your luxury collection. For me, I just like over the top at this point. But yeah, functional. It's functional. The Evelyn, number 4. I'm not surprised. It is an affordable Hermes bag. It is extremely comfortable. I have a gold colored one that is in New York, but it's it's good. When I'm out and about during the day, I think it's a really comfortable bag to use, and yeah, it's comfortable. I think that the gold is kind of boring, I'll be honest. Hermes has some of the most amazing colors, and I think that that's where their strong suit is. So like, I think that in like a beautiful orange or like a beautiful one of their beautiful blues, like that would be great. But the gold is just kind of like, it matches everything. It was good for the quiet luxury phase of my life that lasted about 3 minutes. The next one is the Gucci Gigi Marmont. I don't know which version it is. I'll put up a picture here. I'm kind of over the Marmont. I think that I was obsessed with it. It was amazing for quite a few years. I'm just kind of over it now. I'm sure I will like it again at some point. I feel like all Gucci kind of comes back around and will be cool again down the line. But for me right now, I do love some of the like 2016, 17, like totally outlandish bags still with all of the like patches and things like that. Those are still great, but kind of over the Marmont. I'm actually surprised that it's still on the list. Number 2, I'm surprised about all of these choices. I'll be very honest. And like I said, because, based on trends and things that we see and what we're fed on Instagram, it would seem that a lot of these things are kind of over if you're listening to it. But the truth is that people are going to buy what they want to buy no matter what. And I think that is great because you have to use it. So who cares what's in and what's out? Luxury is supposed to stand the test of time, right? So yes, I think that now that we're like so bombarded with luxury, and because of Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and all of these things that we see, we get sick of things quicker. But luxury is supposed to stand the test of time, and it is supposed to be just as beautiful today as it will be in 20 years and whatever. So I'm glad people are purchasing things that they're going to use and things that are functional and not really caring about the trends. So I think that's cool. Number 2 is the Chanel wallet on chain. And I am not a fan. I have actually never been a fan. And it's probably because I don't really love a mini bag. Yeah. I like smaller bags now, but I always kind of was of the thought that like if I'm bigger and I'm curvier, a smaller bag kind of looks stupid on me. I don't think that way anymore. Yeah, I don't think that way anymore. But the wallet on chain is just not really my favorite anyway. But I do think it is a great functional piece, especially if you are building if you like classic things and you are going to wear this thing every time that you go out. I think it's a very functional bag. It's just not my favorite. That's all. I don't like the card slots. I don't like to have to take cards out of my card holder to put it in a bag. I don't like to do things like that. I don't like to change what I hold based on the bag that I have. Yeah, so like I wouldn't use like the card slots in a wallet on chain because that would be annoying to me. Like I don't like to change my wallets out like that. I use my same wallet every day. I change my bags, not my wallets. Last one, number 1 place. And I was actually really, really surprised. And I'm actually kind of glad because I do love this bag, actually. I said a lot of actuallys, right? The Pochette Métis, which is really interesting because I, again, thought that was kind of over. I think it's a great bag. I think it's functional. I think it is timeless. I just think that it had such a surge in popularity for, quite a few years there that I got a little sick of seeing it. And what Louis Vuitton does, and I understand it, is they see what the most desired bags are, right? And Pochette Métis was absolutely like number 1 for a while. And they do all of the like limited editions in that style, along with like the Speedy, the Neverfull, whatever. And I think I just got so sick of seeing everything in the Pochette Métis that I was like, enough. My favorite one and I had it. I actually had it multiple times because the glazing kept on melting on me, was the infrarouge. I still love that. If I can find the one in good condition, I probably would, and at a great price, I would probably do it again. But yeah, I'm kind of over like the reverse one. I had that one as well. And the regular monogram, I had that one as well. I also had a pink one. Like I've had all of the colors. I've had all of like the empreinte. But I am surprised. I am surprised that it is still on the list. It's still kicking like almost 10 years later. And I think that's great because that is what luxury should be. Okay, guys, fashion jewelry. Bold jewelry is in, which I love. I'm so happy about this. I love a good bold necklace. I love bold jewelry. I love fashion jewelry. And bold jewelry is back. Big earrings. These would not be on Fashionfile. These are like super cheap from the vintage store, but matches my little guest jacket perfectly. Big earrings were up 24%. So like big like Chanel hoops, things like that. Big chains were up 15%. So I purchased this one recently, and I just think that it's super cute. So chains like this were up 15%. And gold. People are loving gilded jewelry. The gold color was up 37%. I love because I am always going to go for gold. I think it looks better on me. So yeah, silver is not my thing. Top 3 fine jewelry items that were purchased. Number 3 was, Yerman, sorry, couldn't read my handwriting. Yerman cable bracelet. I like these. I think I just don't like silver very much, but I do love the cable bracelet. I think Yerman is great. Not a fan of their silver jewelry just because I don't like silver, but I do love their gold jewelry, which of course is much more expensive. I do love that. There's a few pieces that I'm actually have my eye on from Yerman for the first time, and I have a little evil eye bracelet from them in my collection. And I've actually bought my son a bunch of like Yerman chains. They have some great like men's like black coated chains, things like that are really great. So he has a few pieces. Number 2, Tiffany T-Smile necklace. I think this is cute. I'm happy because that has been around for, I don't know, 10 years at this point, something like that. I don't remember when that collection was introduced, but it's been around for a while. So I love when things have staying power. You know, whether I like them or not is neither here nor there. I do think it's cute. And number 1 is the love bracelet. So everyone can say what they want about the love bracelet being basic. I have a few. I love the love bracelet. I lose things. I like that it is bolted on to my wrist. I think Cartier is classic. I don't think it will ever go out of style. You know, it'll be up and down as things go, but true luxury doesn't go out of style, in my opinion. And yeah, I'm still on board with the love bracelet, and I'm still on board with many love bracelets. There's some more love bracelets that I would like to add to my collection. And I don't care if you see this stack coming and going. I think it is classic. I love it. And that's it. But I do think that you can add like little pieces here and there to kind of like make your stack a little more exciting. But I will tell you that, again, this is an online thing. In real life, sorry, my eyelash. In real life, do I see the love bracelet coming and going? No, not really. I really don't. I also don't see Van Cleef in real life coming and going very often either. And I'm not talking even about the people that I know. I'm just talking about like people that I see on the street, things like that. You know, none of these luxury items that we're talking about do I see all the time everywhere. I see them online, and it's because I follow what I follow. And the algorithm knows what I like, what I'm interested in. So I think, you know, just like what you like and enjoy it, because most likely you will not see it coming and going in real life, you know? Top watches. I'm not a watch person. I have one watch. I have a little Chanel watch that I purchased over the holidays. I showed you guys in another video. I'll pop a picture up. It is super cute. Pain in the ass to get on and off. So I rarely wear it. I know why there are so many on the secondhand market now. It is very clear to me why everybody is selling this item, but it's very beautiful and I love it. And yeah, but it needs about 7 hands to take it off my wrist because it is that complicated. However, for you watch wearers, number 3, Breitling Chronomat. Number 2, Omega Seamaster Aqua. And number one, the Cartier tank. I like the Cartier tank. The other two, I'm not a watch person. I don't know. I just figured that I would let you know what all the results were. So this is not really a watch channel, unless one day I get into watches. Who knows? But I doubt it. I have the things that I wear, and yeah, like I'm whatever. I have my phone to tell me the time. I do think I have wanted in the past to get into watches. Maybe I will at some point. Who knows? But they're not top of my list. I don't know anything about them. So that would be like a whole like learning curve and like learning experience to kind of understand what I'm looking at, because I have no idea. But yeah, for your information, those are the top watches. All right, now we're at the end. Who's buying what? Let's talk about age groups and who's buying what. So first and foremost, Gen Z. What are they buying? They're buying the Hermes Sac Roulesse. I don't know how to say that. I know this bag. I'm not beyond a Birkin and a Kelly and an Evelyn and a Constance. I don't know what I'm looking at. I am not the biggest Hermes fan. I do like what I like. I have some pieces. I have some great pieces that one day I will show you guys. I like their Orans. I have a bunch of colors that I don't wear. I like their cheap rays. I have a bunch of colors that I don't wear and a few that I wear all the time. Yeah, I have some fine jewelry. I have some things, and actually I'll make another video on that, just about like the Hermes game and what I've purchased and what I actually use and what I wear and what I don't, what was a waste of money and all of that stuff. But I didn't even know this bag, like the name or any of that stuff. And it's cute. I'm actually kind of surprised. But Gen Z likes to do things differently. So there's that. I don't think that they are as into like straightforward monogrammed luxury like millennials. But that's okay. They march to the beat of their own drummer. And I think that is great. Number two, young millennials. So that is not me. I am the oldest millennial, to be honest. If I was born 2 weeks sooner, I would be Gen X, but I am a millennial. I'm 2 weeks into January. And so young millennials is not me, but they purchased Speedies. I think it's interesting, to be honest, because it shows you that the basics always win, you know? And I think that's very interesting. So their big thing was Speedies. Fashionfile showed just a picture in their report of just a basic Speedy 30, I think it was in the picture. I don't know if that means that it is the basic Speedy 30s that was the most purchased, or it was the Speedy style itself that was the most purchased. I like a Speedy. I think the 30 is a little bit big now. I like a 25. As I carry less and less, the 25 and the 20 I think are better options for me personally. But I have some 30s. I love a Speedy. It's classic, and I think that's great. Old millennials, so that's me. And I would not purchase this bag, but old millennials purchased the YSL Loewe camera bag. We're talking about that again. And I'm actually surprised. Surprised and not surprised. Yeah, because we're the old people now, I guess. And that's not very exciting. But if you love it, you love it. All right, Gen X. Let's move on. Gen X top. Now, I'm giving you just the top purchased items. Fashionfile broke it down, and I'm going to leave the link to their report down below. Fashionfile broke it down into 3 categories, which was most purchased. That's what I'm giving you right now. Most searched and most added to cart. I didn't even include the added to cart, but I will tell you what the most searched was at the end, because it was pretty much the same for all of the generations, which I thought was pretty interesting. So Gen X, Almas, Louis Vuitton Almas. I think that's interesting. They like a classic structured bag, I guess, and that's great for them. I like an Alma too. I don't know if they were talking about the Alma BB. I don't know if they were talking about the Alma PM or what they were talking about. The Alma BB to me is the most wearable because it has the crossbody strap. I like a crossbody strap. I like to be hands-free. The Alma PM, I like it also. I actually have a bunch that I am watching on Fashionfile. I wouldn't mind adding like a cool vernis color back into my collection. But it is a very structured bag, and it's not the most comfortable, and I don't find it the most comfortable like for doing things. If you're a top handle girl, then beautiful. I like a top handle, but I also like the option to wear it other ways. So I'm kind of like a convertible bag girl. Young boomers. So boomers, just like millennials, are kind of in 2 separate sections. You got the young boomers and the old boomers. Young boomers, I want to say, go up to 65. They like the Goyard St. Louis bag, and that is not a surprise. It is super light. My mother is an old boomer, but But I've gotten her 2 St. Louis bags in the last year. She has a white one and a burgundy one that she loves. Super lightweight because, she doesn't like a heavy bag anymore. Everything has to be super light and comfortable, which I understand because as you get older, you just want comfort. So the young boomers she's young in her mind, I guess, and her heart. They like the Goyard St. Louis bag. Doesn't say what size, just the St. Louis bag. I got hers in the MM. She's very petite and she doesn't carry much and it looks best on her in the MM. And I actually think I like the MM style the best. I have the GM as a travel bag. It's great. But I think as an everyday bag, the MM or even the PM in that other style that I like is like the best sizes. Older boomers, this was surprising. Their top purchased item was the Artsy, which I thought was really weird because that's a heavy and uncomfortable bag. I have had Artsies in the past and always sold them because I thought that they were so uncomfortable. The bag, the drop is so short that it's in your armpit and it's like tight to your shoulder and it's very heavy. I'm surprised about that one. That's it. That's the 65 and plus crowd, again, which I'm very surprised about. Now, almost every single group, their most viewed item was either the Chanel classic flap or a Chanel flap in general, and probably just on there like looking for a good deal and then couldn't find one and purchased something else maybe. I don't know. But yeah, most viewed, most search item for almost every single group was a Chanel flap and or the Pochette Métis. So everyone's loving the Pochette Métis. And again, classic bag and totally agree on that level. I thought this was like a really interesting study that they do. What's to come? So Fashionfile gives you like a little idea of what they're seeing trending towards like the end of 2024. So what they think is going to be like big and in style and important in 2025 or, the next year. I don't know if you can hear that. My chair is creaking a little bit. Fringe is up 39.4% searches for fringe. Is in line with like the end of the year. There was like a little moment where it looked like Western was coming back, but then it kind of went away. I did think that we were coming back into like Western, but I think it like left as soon as it came in and it's just not a thing. Unless I'm wrong, I just haven't been seeing it anywhere. All right, top handle bags. 29.2% increase on searches for top handle bags. I said, I love a top handle bag, but it also needs to come with a strap. Otherwise I get annoyed. No, I wear top handle bags. I just, they're not good for like daily use for me if I'm going to be walking around. If I'm walking around and I need my hands, I absolutely need either a shoulder bag or a crossbody. I get very annoyed shopping with a handheld bag, but I think handheld bags look the best. Like they're the most aesthetically pleasing for me, but they're not the most comfortable. But apparently everybody else loves them. So 29.2% increase in that. Black patent was up 158% searches for black patent. I think that's interesting. Patent bags don't wear as well. I just got myself, saw one of my last unboxings, I just got myself a incredible Chanel Vintage XL in black patent. It's an amazing bag. It's a little sticky. Black patent gets a little sticky over time, or not black patent. Patent leather in general can get a little sticky over time. That's how it wears. Personally, don't mind it if it's not too bad, but obviously we don't want like a crazy sticky bag. So it doesn't really wear well, which means that it is much more affordable on the secondhand market. It does not hold its value the same way. So when I'm looking at Chanel flaps, things like that, I don't love classic colors. I don't love classic bags, right? So I look at patent personally because instead of $8,000 or $7,000, you can get them for like $3,000, sometimes even less than that. You just want to make sure that obviously it's a color, like you don't have any color transfer, things like that. Those are when it says color transfer, I stay away. That I know would annoy me. A little bit of stickiness, if it's not too bad, is okay. But because they don't wear as amazing as like a lambskin or specifically a caviar, yeah, you can get them for a great price. So I'm pretty sure that everybody else is kind of on board with that. Or the other reason that people might be looking for the black patent is because we were into that mom wife thing for 3 seconds. I love I love mob wife, the whole mob wife trend. For me, that's like, I have always loved that stuff. And I love a black patent bag, even though I don't love black so much. Black patent, I think, is a different story. It kind of adds a little bit of extra something, something to like a classic bag. I like leopard. I like all the things. I like red. So yeah, I'm hoping that, can we get another year of like the mob wife aesthetic? I love it. It's not going anywhere for me. And then the last but not least, up 162.69%, crochet bags. So mainly the Prada crochet bags. And I think that is also interesting because I did have a Prada crochet bag, like the first ones that came out. Bought it in yellow because it was totally sold out and it was the only color that I could find. And the old me did stuff like that and sold it. And then the new me is like, nope, not going to do it. Not doing that for this year. Only buying things that I love in colors that I love. But I did have it for 3 seconds, and crochet is rough because things kind of like poke out and stuff like that. I love the look for summertime. I think it's great. But yeah, I think it's interesting though that crochet bags are up 162.69%. Oh, no, 0.6%. That wasn't a 9. That was just the percentage sign. I'm going to give you like my predictions on pre-loved. I've been known to be wrong. I've been known to be right. So take this with a grain of salt. My predictions on pre-loved and what do I think that you should jump on before the prices go up. Now, in the past few years, obviously, we have seen the prices of, you couldn't give a Dior saddlebag away 6-7 years ago. Then they reissued it, and now even the vintage ones are $3,000. You couldn't give away a baguette. Let me tell you, I sold some amazing baguettes like an idiot to Fashionfile probably 10 years ago, and they gave me like $100 and something. And it was like ones with like crystals and stuff. I kick myself all the time over that. Now they're like $2,000-$3,000 on the pre-loved market. So before the prices of these bags go crazy, I would say jump on it because you can find some great deals right now. I think that the Stam bag is like prime for a comeback. First of all, we're at about 20 years post Stam bag, Marc Jacobs like delirium. I dreamt about this bag. Oh my God, I wanted a Stam bag so bad in like that taupe color. I think that we're primed for a comeback with that. They're still like $100 on the freaking pre-loved market. Go on the Real. They're like $150, no lie. There's some on Fashionfile as well for like $350 or whatever. We saw on the Coach runway a bunch of the like Kiss Lock, I'll put some pictures up, the Kiss Lock clutch bags. And I've been told, like I've heard through the grapevine, that the large, like oversized, huge Kiss Lock bags that were on the runway are not going to go into production. The Stam bag is pretty large and it's a Kiss Lock and it's like floppy and great. And I think that so many people liked the Coach runway Kiss Lock bags that I think that the Stam bag, if Coach really doesn't produce what they showed us, I think the Stam bag is like a great way to go. I wouldn't buy the new version. It's $1,500, which isn't much more than it was when it first came out, honestly. But they didn't change it at all, and you can get a pre-loved one in decent condition for like super, super cheap. So I would go that route. The other one that I think is primed for a comeback is the Paddington bag, Chloe. That is also about 20 years, you know, we're about 20 years past that bag being the it bag. It is extremely heavy, but it was so cool back then. It is so Y2K vibes, and you can get that at an amazing price as well. Last but not least, the Spy bag. I don't know why the Spy bag hasn't come out. It was such like an iconic piece of like bag history that I think that, like, I'm not sure why it hasn't come back yet, but I do think that it will at some point. Just sold a velvet one that I had, and they actually gave me quite a bit for it. So I honestly, my spidey senses are telling me that the Spy bag is coming back. I am on the lookout for the version that I bought back in 2005 in good condition. They didn't wear well. Mine totally ripped and was like a disaster by the time I got rid of it. They didn't wear very well, but if you can find somebody that didn't really use theirs, you can still get it at a great price. The Real to me is the place where you can find these things the cheapest. Fashionfile usually has better condition items. They're usually a little bit more expensive. You choose your poison, choose your site, but I like both of them personally. Rebag is also one that I like, but their shipping takes too long, in my opinion. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you. If you did, put a bag emoji in the comments so I know. And yeah, so again, if you have not subscribed and if you are interested in all things luxury fashion, news and trends and shopping and hauls and all of that stuff, then please subscribe. It would make my day. I really appreciate all you guys coming back, all you guys being here. Yeah, till next time. Bye, guys.